Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Lawrenceville. Feels like we've been here so much this year already, and it's still before January. I'm Riley Angel alongside Max Gerlach. Your Mount Carmel Lady Aces take on the Lawrenceville Lady Indians here tonight.
Riley, this is going to be, I'm not sure how to put it, but not a great game. Lawrenceville doesn't have a single player over 5'10", and Mount Carmel, in their starting lineup, I don't think has a single player under about 5'9", which is Lawrenceville's tallest player size. So this will probably be one of our worst trips up here so far, and we had to watch some of those boys' games that we saw earlier in the year, and we'll be up here Friday. So be in Lawrenceville a lot more, Riley.
A lot of Lawrenceville trips still on the way this year. This is the Coach's pregame show brought to you by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing, located on Wabash 10th Avenue and Route 1 South. The next time you need a tow, call 618-263-3285. Mount Carmel coming off of a loss to Mount Vernon, Illinois, 71-61. Lawrenceville on the other side coming off of a win against Red Hill, but before that they had lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, Mount Carmel scheduled a tough one in Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon is a 3A school. They got a little bit more to pull from. Coach McCarty was telling us they have really, really good guards, and Mount Vernon was just a tough matchup for them. They were quick. They were going to push the ball, and with Mount Carmel's little bit of a lack of shooting, I'm guessing they ran a 2-3 and packed it in on them like crazy and really gave Macy Randall some troubles and wasn't able to use her as much as they liked. And Lawrenceville being 1-3 is a really good tune-up game before you go play one of the top teams around, unbeaten Edwards County, and surely what will be the girls' basketball game of the week on News Channel 15. So that's going to be an exciting one. It's going to be a fun game, and this is a game that Mount Carmel needed after losing that Mount Vernon squad.
Since this is the Coach's pregame show, we'll get to the coach. I got to talk to head coach Matt McCarty for a couple minutes before this one. Here is that conversation. Hello, everyone. You're listening to 100.5 WSJD. I'm Riley Angel here, as always, with head coach Matt McCarty. Coach, walk me through the loss on Saturday against Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon was a very good team, best team we've played so far this year. We played with them for the most part. We got to clean up some things. We had a lot of missed layups, shot really poorly from the free throw line, and our defense was a little slow. And so hopefully we can work on all those things tonight before we get back into practice and get things going again.
This one, another LIC matchup. Talk to me about the importance of these early conference games.
Oh, extremely early. For LIC conference pairing, obviously you want to win to stay at top of the LIC. That's one of our team goals is to keep doing well in the LIC. So extremely important. But Lawrenceville plays hard. They won a couple games early this year, so it's not going to be an easy walk in the park.
This gym, a little bittersweet for you guys. Got to 2 championship games here last year. Lost 2 championship games at the buzzer here last year. What is it like to be back in this gymnasium?
It was funny. We were just talking about that on the way up here, how we really don't like coming to Lawrenceville right now. But 2 very close games. Unfortunately, they just didn't go our way. It is what it is. It's in the past behind us, and all the girls know that we need to move on. So for us, it's just another game in Lawrenceville tonight.
One of the themes of this year has been getting better each and every day, especially defensively. Right now, sitting at 7-1 as we go further into the season, are there any other things you guys want to focus on other than defense?
Defense is, like you said, the primary thing. Sharpening up our offensive sets. We see a lot of zones, so we get plenty of practice with the zone stuff. It's when teams switch to a man-to-man on us right now. We don't have a lot of stuff in, so just making sure we sharpen that stuff up, and then eventually adding on to it as the season goes. That would kind of be the next thing offensively.
And talking about the game here tonight against Lawrenceville, obviously, as you mentioned, won a couple of games early. They're 3-5 now. What's the game plan coming into tonight?
I think do what we do. We got to get better defensively, like we just talked about. Early transition points is kind of our bread and butter, and then if we do get into a half-court game, make sure we execute our sets and really trust our big three. We kind of go with Riley, Maddie, and Macy. If they play well, we play really well. If they don't play well, we struggle a little bit. So, just doing us.
All right, Coach, thank you and good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Head coach Matt McCarty, great on the mic as always. This is the Coach's Pregame Show brought to you by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing, located on Wabash 10th Avenue and Route 1 South. The next time you need a tow, call 263-3285. Max will have his keys to the game. Then we'll have Anthem, starting lineups, and we'll finally get to some basketball. But first, we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Get Black Friday deals at Steve Faulkner Automotive. New 2024 Ford Expedition up to $10,000 off. And lease a new 2024 Ford Escape as low as $347 a month. See them all at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. It's Black Friday sales all month at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new 2024 Dodge Hornet, now $12,000 off. And 2024 stylish Dodge Durango, now up to $12,000 off MSRP. Come in and get yours today.
Hello, I'm Andrea Lull from Robinson, Illinois. For my first appointment, I knew I chose the right orthopedic center. The day his surgery went like planned, registration went smooth, pre-surgery, and the nurse made me feel very comfortable. I'm currently 3 months out of surgery. I don't even feel like I had a total hip replacement, but I am having a much better quality of life with my new hip. WGH, we're going home.
Buy Low is Mount Carmel's local grocery destination, proudly serving the community with fresh products, friendly faces, and great deals every week. From our fresh deli and bakery to a wide variety of produce, fresh cut meat selections, and even an Ace Hardware, we've got everything you need, all close to home. Stay updated on all the savings at myiga.com or follow us on Facebook at Mount Carmel Buy Low for the latest specials. Shop local, save big at Buy Low, Mount Carmel's hometown store.
At the First National Bank, we're proud to be a part of this community, serving you with dedication and a smile.
Our team is here to support you, offering financial solutions to meet your needs.
Whether saving for your future, financing your dreams, or managing your everyday banking, we're here to help.
Thank you for choosing the First National Bank.
And as proud supporters of our local teams,
we wish you the best of luck this season.
The First National Bank, your local bank, supporting our local athletes. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Back here at Lawrenceville, Mount Carmel, and your Lady Aces getting ready to take on the Lady Indians. Riley Angel, Max Gerlach alongside for the Coach's Pregame Show brought to you by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing, located on Wabash 10th Avenue and Route 1 South. The next time you need a tow, call 263-3285. Max, got a couple keys to the game for either side.
Basically, Lawrenceville just needs to double Macy Randall, Maddie Stevens anytime it goes in the post. Mount Carmel is a team who's struggled from outside a little bit this year so far. They're going to have to run 2-3, almost double everything in the post, not allow the lobs, just try to keep every look that they can get in the post away from them. They need to box out on the defensive end. I think this could be a heyday for Macy Randall as she's 6'3". Lawrenceville doesn't have a player over 5'10". So in the paint, nobody's going to be really able to guard her, in my opinion. And then, of course, outside shooting, Mount Carmel loves the 2-3 zone, as always, and they're going to run 2-3 zone, I'm guessing, because they don't think Lawrenceville's a great shooting team. So they're going to run the 2-3. Lawrenceville just needs to knock a couple shots and try to get them out of it. I don't know if they match up well with them man-to-man at all, but they're going to be a very guard-oriented team, I'm guessing, if they don't play anybody over 5'10". So Macy Randall could have a little bit of struggle on-ball defense outside. So we'll see what happens here, Riley. And then, of course, for Mount Carmel, use your size. Macy Randall, Maddie Stevens, both 6'1 plus. Riley Hershey's right around 5'8", 5'9". Riley Greaves is what you'd say 5'10", and everybody's about 5'9 plus in our starting lineup. So just use that size in general to get rebounds, make plays, and not make the simple mistakes that a lot of teams are going to try to force them to make. So, again, keep it simple. Just play basketball. Don't get outside yourselves. Everything that we usually say for this Mount Carmel team, simply because they're a lot better than everybody they've played this year outside that Mount Vernon squad who, as we saw, beat them by 10. This is just going to be a battle of, can Lawrenceville install a good enough game plan to try to get the score within 10 to 20? That'll look really good on their resume, and that'll hurt the Lady Aces heading into what I think is going to be one of the toughest matchups of the year outside of Newton and then Mount Vernon, who they've already played. So we'll see what Mount Carmel can do.
Well, and another thing we've seen so far this year is once Mount Carmel gets up to a lead, they kind of take their feet off the gas a little bit. We've seen multiple times this year where Macy Randall has somewhere in the range of 12 to 15 points at the end of the first quarter and ends with about 23. So there are certain things that they certainly need to work on here tonight against Lawrenceville.
Yeah, and a lot of that comes when Macy Randall gets subbed out right about the end of the first quarter. They don't really, run her to death on the defensive end and offensive end. So they try to get her as much rest as they can that second quarter so she can give them a big push heading into the second half. But she really hasn't had to do that in any of the games we've seen, Riley. She's been able to just, kind of coast and not have to score as much. So we'll see what they do here, Riley.
3-5 Lawrenceville, 7-1 Mount Carmel on deck. These starting lineups are coming up next after the national anthem. We'll be right back. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
You need to be mindful that when you're out maybe doing a little tree pruning or shaping or kids climbing in the tree, building tree houses, whatever, look up, make sure there's no power lines in or near the area. And even after the storm or after a wind event or something like that where a limb may be falling down or hanging in the tree, make sure to look and there's no utility lines near that. And if there is, call us. We'll come take care of it. We'll get that down. We'll get things cleared up.
The beloved TV classic soars off the screen and onto the stage this season. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Jr. See all the characters from the TV classic come to life live on stage. This gleeful musical take on a holiday favorite will go down in history as a smashing hit. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Jr. 3 shows Friday through Sunday, December 13th through 15th at the Wabash Valley College Brubeck Theater in Mount Carmel. Tickets available now at the QR code on your screen or Wabash Valley Arts Council Facebook page.
As soon as I came here, I started looking at the programs that they have, and the most that I like, it was early childhood education, and then after I see the classes and everything, that's the one that I picked. I would like to be a teacher in the future. I like it so much because I had the experience to work at Small World with the kids, and each day I learn, and I learn from the kids, and like with my teachers, like they teach me all the stuff that I need to do to be a better teacher. And classes is amazing, so I would just recommend everyone to come here to Wabash Valley College.
Hello, I'm Sarah Harrell. I'm from Crossville, Illinois, and I attend here at Wabash for the Advanced Manufacturing Program. Being here has really helped me grow and really experience what it'll be like later in life, being able to work in a shop and actually run machines. I've loved working on the 3D printer and on the wire EDM and just CNC machines in general. I want to be like a designer and programmer type thing so I can do most of my time on SolidWorks and programming CNC machines.
National anthem just concluding here at Lawrenceville High School. These starting lineups are in memory of the co-founder of Mount Carmel Sports Boosters, H.D. White, and his wife, Helen. First, for your Lady Aces, who are the visiting team here today, it's Riley Hershey, Maddie Stevens, Madeline Mann, Macy Randall, and Evie Sellers, the regular 5 for head coach Matt McCarty.
Yeah, really talented starting 5, Riley. They have everything you really need. They've got some players on that team who are really good shooters. And they also have the 2 6'1+ bigs in the middle of the paint. So they're going to do whatever they need to do to win this game.
And for Lawrenceville, it'll be Katie Cook, Adeline Sanders, Mallory Lockhart, Keely Breen, and Gracie Hughes. That for head coach Carly Dryman. Mount Carmel will be wearing their away blacks with maroon trim down the sides, gold lettering. Lawrenceville and the Lady Indians in their home whites, red lettering, red trim as well. Production upstaging us a little bit here in Lawrenceville.
Yeah, they've got 3 lights going. They're doing everything they can to get a great production here, Riley. And, you love to see it, people coming and showing out for their team.
The Lady Indians beginning this year 3-5. They were on a 3-game skid in which they lost all of those games by 20 or more, but then they just beat Red Hill at the end of last week, coming into this one with a win under their belt. Mount Carmel on the opposite end of the spectrum, losing by 10, 71-61 against Mount Vernon. Looking at this one as a bounce-back game and possibly more trying to get a win and go in with positive minds against Edwards County later on this Thursday.
Yeah, we'll continue to talk about how important this game is going to be heading into really the toughest stretch of their schedule. They're going to see probably where they rank tonight. Edwards County is supposed to go to Newton, but it got canceled. But we'll see what happens heading forward this week. This game, you don't want to say tune-up game, Riley, but it's a game where you have got to play well. You've got to put something out. You got to show something. So as you continue to head forward in the season, you can get that. I'm not sure if you can say sloppiness out or what, but this is one of the most important games of the year, and they're playing somebody 1-3.
Macy Randall, Adeline Sanders lining up against each other in center circle.
And Riley, there's about 5-inch height difference there on the jump ball. I think that's about the biggest difference Macy Randall's seen this year.
Certainly measurable as Randall tips it up to Hershey, who's on the right wing. Down low quickly to Stevens. Got it tipped out. It's going to go down low on the baseline. Out of bounds. Stay here. Mount Carmel will go from left to right on the court. Lawrenceville, vice versa.
Lawrenceville already getting in that 2-3 early and doubling a lot in the post. Right. Oh, that's a beautiful play, Riley.
Tried to get it down low to Stevens. Got knocked out.
Yeah, they used Macy Randall to basically pull the defense away, and Maddie Stevens can just slide right down in the post. Just a beautiful play against 2-3.
Here's man, left wing. Hershey, top of the key. Steps into a three-pointer. Can't make it. Little short offensive rebound. Randall missed that one as well. So several chances there for Mount Carmel to get something going early. Couldn't.
And this is why you don't run a 2-3 against a team like Mount Carmel. They're going to get so many second chance points tonight because it's, one, difficult to rebound out of a zone, and two, Mount Carmel's such a good offensive rebounding team.
Hershey down in transition, easy 2 points. First ones of the night for either side. Katie Cook missed a left wing three. Randall, the rebound and outlet pass to Hershey.
Yeah, we'll see if Mount Carmel stays this 2-3, if they're going to try to work on some sort of man defense, because they simply do that a lot, Riley. They take themselves so far out of position, and they allow easy layups or an easy mid-range jump shot.
Gracie Hughes with that one. Sellers airballing a right corner triple. Here's Sanders, mid-range jumper on the right side. Quickly, a 2-point lead here for Lawrenceville. It's 4-2, 6:50 to play in the first quarter.
Maybe we underestimated this team going in, Riley. They're doing a good job against 2-3 zone. I don't know if Mount Carmel's going to want to stay in it for very long. And I was wrong. It's actually a 1-2-2 defense where they're doubling a lot more in the post.
Man, long two. The top of the key, missed it. Stevens' offensive rebound stripped away. Now is scrum for it, but coming away with it is Breen down low. Getting it to Cook, who will direct traffic now just past the 10-second line. Sanders, left wing triple, no good, back iron. Rebound on the floor, lands in the hands of Randall, up to Hershey. Hershey 1-on-2, trying to split it, goes left side off glass, no good. Rebound, Randall on the follow, couldn't hit that second chance opportunity.
And it's physical, Riley. We're getting it down low, but these Lawrenceville girls aren't afraid to get physical with you in the post, and Mount Carmel, of course, are going to have to adapt to that and take the contact and finish through it. They're just chucking it up once they feel like they're getting fouled, and it's not going to work for them against better teams later in the year.
Hershey picks up her first foul. Cook bringing it up. Getting it to Lockhart. Over to Sanders. Adeline Sanders, right wing, doubled. Cook, top of the key. Down low, Breen. Kicked it out directly to Riley Hershey. In transition. Stopping, crossing over. Left block. Fall away, jumper no good. Rebound, foul on Stevens as she goes up. She'll have two at the line.
Mount Carmel has, I think, right around 4 offensive rebounds so far. Once they can get some of those falling in the paint, I think they're going to be in a lot better shape. But, again, they're running this 1-2-2 zone because they want to double those 2 bigs in the post every single play, and it's going to hurt them on backside rebounds, which, again, Mount Carmel does very well.
Hughes picks up her first foul. Maddie Stevens knocks in the first free throw. On the second attempt, missed it. There was a foul on the lane, a lane violation, so Maddie Stevens will get her third attempt,
And
technically.
Technically her third attempt, but she gets 2 tries for price of 1.
And knocks in that second one. So 4-4, 5:35 to play in the first quarter. Here comes Cook down the right side, guarded by Mann. Switching over to Hershey, now to Sanders, right wing. Bounce pass down low to Hughes. Hughes got it stripped by Stevens. It's on the floor, and she comes up with it. Trapped on the baseline, getting it to Sanders. Mid-range look, rimmed out. Rebound, Randall.
Again, just Mount Carmel doing a really good job of rebounding against the zone, and once they can get a couple more offensive rebounds, this could be a bad game for Lawrenceville.
Evie Seller, right corner triple, missed it short. Here comes Sanders. To Cook, left side, left elbow, now middle of the lane, kicking it back out to Lockhart. This high arcing mid-range jumper falls easily. Her first 2 points, and all 6 points from Lawrenceville have come from 3 different players.
Yeah, and they're doing a really good job of spreading the ball out, getting shots in the mid-range, and even getting some good looks on really good cuts by their players, Riley.
Here's Sellers left wing, giving it to Hershey, top of the key, though, direct traffic. 4:32 to play in the first quarter. Hershey looking to the right to Mann. Now down low to Randall. She'll get it at the right block. One power dribble goes up off 2 feet and good. Her first 2 of the night.
If you see Macy Randall on the opposite side of you, she's going to be doubled in this 1-2-2 about every play. They need to get somebody to back cut against that 1-2-2. They probably need to put Maddie Stevens opposite her and have her cut off of the wing sometimes.
Aces get it on a turnover. Hershey right wing. Down low, Stevens right block up. Had a tough angle at it. Tried to shoot that one off balance. No good. Sixes with 3:57 to play in the first quarter. Sanders to Lockhart, right wing. Down low to Hughes, tipped out by Randall. It'll stay here. Checking in, Olivia Peach for the first time. She'll come in for Sellers. Peach, another shooting option in the corner against this zone.
They're going to need that shooting in the corner on this zone, Riley, simply because they're doing such a good job of packing in the lane because Mount Carmel hasn't made them respect it yet.
On the inbound, Hughes falls down and travels, so Aces recover possession. Hershey will bring it up as she mostly does.
She does a great job as the primary ball handler for the Aces, Riley, and she gets a lot of looks, and she's very strong in her handle.
Left, short corner jumper, can't give her that spot. She knocks it down with ease. She has 4 points. 8-6, 3:29 to play in the first quarter.
If we didn't need her as the primary ball handler, she would live in that short corner against these zones and would maybe score 30 points a game just off short corner jump shots, Riley.
Absolutely. Here's Sanders. She'll try to knock down a 3 from the left corner. Does so. Adeline Sanders with 5 points. And Lawrenceville keeping up early, 9-8. They have a lead, 3:05 to play in the first quarter.
And this is weird for Mount Carmel because usually they have a super, super hot first quarter and then they decline a little bit as the game goes on. So here, I think this is what we're seeing is some overlap from that game against Mount Vernon.
Hershey knocked down a mid-range jumper, then Hughes on the other end responded. So Hughes has 4, Hershey has 6. 11-10 to play. The score. 2:35 to play here in this fourth quarter. Peach missing the 3. Rebound Stevens. Couldn't get it. Now it's on the floor. Fighting for it is Randall and Cook. It's going to be a jump ball. It'll go the way of Lawrenceville.
Mount Carmel struggling to finish these second chance opportunities. They need to take every chance they have. This Lawrenceville team has done a great job in the post on our two big women, and it's just a struggle for the Aces right now.
That's going to be a foul against Peach. Evie Sellers checked in for Macy Randall, who will take her first break. 11-10 the score. 2:24 to play here in the first quarter. Lawrenceville in front. Checking in for the first time, Addie Brush for Lawrenceville. Cook to Brush. Right side. Sanders top of the key. She's knocked down triple already. Handing off to Cook. Over to Lockhart. Lockhart, left wing triple. No. Back iron. Rebound Cook in the middle of the lane. Bounce pass back out to Lockhart. Here's Sanders, right wing. To Brush. Brush to the right elbow. Foul on Olivia Peach. That'll be her second. In the high post was Gracie Hughes.
Mount Carmel just again having a struggle rotating around, and right now they're giving up way too many open looks in this zone, Riley.
Here's Sanders down low, got fouled on her way up off the inbound, coming down the right side of the lane. She'll have 2 at the free throw line. This has been not at all what we've expected thus far. Lawrenceville showing that they're here to play tonight. 11-10. Sanders keeps it that way, missing off the left side.
Yeah, Mount Carmel just having a rough game. They're not playing their best basketball. So we'll see what they do heading forward in the game to make some changes.
Sanders at the nail for her second attempt. Missed the first, missed the second. Long rebound falls in the hands of Randall, up to Hershey. Hershey to Peach. Peach almost traveled. Hershey top of the key. Over to Evie Knapp, freshly checked into the ballgame.
And if you see, Riley, they have one player designated to basically sit on Macy Randall's front hip and not let her get any looks.
Hershey, nice dump pass. Randall missed the layup, got the second chance opportunity to go. We'll see a lot of that tonight, I'm sure. 12-11, Mount Carmel in front, 1:30 to play in the first quarter. That has been really back and forth.
Yeah, and we're all as surprised here as you guys probably are at home.
Cook, top of the key. Adeline Sanders, right side. Looking down low to Hughes, now getting a ball screen from her, now in the middle of the lane to Cook. To Lockhart, left corner, back to Cook, directing traffic against this zone. Sanders, left corner triple, missed it long. Rebound Hughes, back out to Lockhart, now to Cook. Can't give these guys second chance opportunities.
No, and again, it's hard to rebound out of a zone, and if you have an advantage size-wise, might as well run man-to-man and just get a body on somebody and box people out.
Sanders missed a floater in the right short corner. Aces the other way. Down low, Randall. Randall off the left side. That's her bread and butter. She now has 6. 3-point lead for the Aces. 14-11. 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. Here comes Cook. Cook guarded by Knapp. Here's Lockhart. Now to Hughes, who got her jump shot blocked by Randall, who came in flying out of nowhere.
Yeah, there she was in a good spot. She rotated well, was able to get a contest there in that corner, or actually, sorry, short corner. And there we see what she does, contesting shots and disrupting looks.
On the inbound, Lockhart gets it to Cook at the top of the key. Here's Sanders, left wing, ball in her right hand, giving it to Cook.
Mount Carmel in that 2-3 zone, making people just clear it out on baseline out of bounds plays. That's what they do best, is guard the baseline out of bounds.
Brush has to get it off quickly. 1 second, then the Lawrenceville Indians aren't even going to get a shot off here at the end of this first quarter. 14-11, 3-point lead for Mount Carmel. Going into the second 8 minutes, we'll be back in 1 minute.
Get Black Friday deals at Steve Faulkner Automotive. New 2024 Ford Expedition up to $10,000 off. And lease a new 2024 Ford Escape as low as $347 a month. See them all at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. It's Black Friday sales all month at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new 2024 Dodge Hornet, now $12,000 off. And 2024 stylish Dodge Durango, now up to $12,000 off MSRP. Come in and get yours today.
Hello, I'm Andrea Lull from Robinson, Illinois. For my first appointment, I knew I chose the right orthopedic center. The day his surgery went like planned, registration went smooth, pre-surgery, and the nurse made me feel very comfortable. I'm currently 3 months out of surgery. I don't even feel like I had a total hip replacement, but I am having a much better quality of life with my new hip. WGH, we're going home.
Back here in Lawrenceville, 14-11, Mount Carmel in front. A very close first quarter. Probably something not a lot of Aces fans expected if you're a Lawrenceville fan. Pretty happy right now. 8 minutes, a fresh one. here for the second quarter as Hershey brings it up past the 10-second line. Getting a ball screen from Randall, top of the key. Over to Knapp, now to Man. Man, right corner triple air ball, falling right into the hands of Macy Randall, who ripped it out and got fouled on her way up. She'll have 2 at the line.
Good job there by Mount Carmel in rotating the ball, getting them out of position in the zone and posting up. You know, a little bit of an early shock because I think Maddie Stevens was open on the right block, and if she misses, you have Macy Randall one-on-one on the left block. That's not something you see a lot, and that's not something that you're going to want to see a lot, Riley.
Randall misses that one. The Aces against Mount Vernon went 2 for 10 at the free throw line. Looking to correct some of those misdoings here as Randall knocks in the second. She has 7. 4-point lead for the Aces, 15-11, 7:40 to play here in the second quarter. Sanders, left wing, skipping it top of the key. Cook, directing traffic over to Lockhart. Cook down low, right into the hands of Macy Randall. Randall up to Hershey. Hershey right block, up, off glass, no good. Offensive rebound, Macy Randall, left side, got her own miss, put it up for 2. She has 9.
And they try to force it into that high post. Macy Randall uses her length to go and tip the ball and was able to create a turnover and get Riley Hershey in the fast break.
Almost another turnover created. Ball on the floor. It'll be a jump ball, possession arrow going the way of the Lady Indians. 17-11, 7:06 to play here in the first half. 6-point lead for the Golden Aces.
Yeah, if Lawrenceville continues to try to force it in that high post, it's going to be really easy for Mount Carmel to stop.
Lockhart down low to Hughes. Hughes got fouled on her way up. Hands came down from Randall.
Yeah, Randall can't slap at the ball like that. Almost like she thought she was playing volleyball. She hammered her, really. That was a really easy call for that official to make.
So Randall picks up her first. Gracie Hughes at the free throw line knocks in her first attempt. She has 5. 17-12 now. Hughes looking to make it 17-13. Does so after a couple of bounces. Hershey quickly down the floor. Over to Knapp, back to Hershey, who just almost threw it in the backcourt, but Hershey able to save it.
They're going to continue to do such a great job rotating in this 1-2-2 on Mount Carmel.
Hershey missing the straightaway triple. The other way, here's Breen. Out to Lockhart, taken away by Hershey. Has an open lane to the basket, but it went off of her leg, and as she tried to save it on the baseline, gave it right back to Lawrenceville. Lawrenceville has numbers, 5-on-4 as Hershey just now making her way back. Over to Sanders. Mid-range jumper, missed it. Rebound Man, foul underneath on Cook.
Man just doing a good job of boxing out there. She had to try to go over her back to get that rebound, and you can't do that. And there she picks up a foul.
Evie Sellers checks in for Evie Knapp. Hershey bringing it up. Go towards the left edge, now past the 10-second line, and she almost traveled. Hershey now, top of the key, ball in her right hand. Skipping it in the right corner, Sellers. Sellers, ball in her left hand, looking to go towards the top and giving it to Hershey again. Hershey getting a ball screen, crossing over, left side, spinning towards the middle, got her shot blocked from behind, jump ball called. That's gonna go the way of Mount Carmel.
I don't know if you want to see a jump ball there, but Mount Carmel's going to do what they continue to do against 2-3. Macy Randall is actually going to take it out this time, but they're going to try to draw something to get her a post up.
Hershey, top of the key, down low to Randall, who got fouled on her way up off the left block. Hershey doing a good job there, had the open 3, didn't take it, got it down low to Randall.
Something we talk about with the boys a lot, Riley, is just not settling for open shots. Or not open shot, but the first shot. Not settling for the first shot. Getting a good shot, not the first shot.
Randall, this free throw, as she makes it, puts her in double figures. She has 10 of the 18 for Mount Carmel.
No, Riley, there's no shot clock yet in high school basketball. So right now, Mount Carmel just needs to work the ball around against the zone. If they pass through the zone, they're going to get open look after open look.
Randall knocked in the second as well. 19-13, 6-point lead for the Aces. Nice crossover by Cook getting down low. Here's Hughes. Now Sanders top of the key. Takes the long-range three. Rimmed out off the front. Rebound Randall. Randall getting it to Hershey. Hershey straight away. Right corner here, Sellers. Looking down low to Stevens. Didn't give it to him.
Be willing to throw that skip pass. That's what they're not throwing, and that's why they're not getting as many open looks as they are in the basket. So they're not making them spread the defense out by throwing a couple skips.
Couple missed layups on either end. Randall on Lawrenceville's side gets the rebound and got hacked at, so it's going to be a foul against the Indians. It'll be against Adeline Sanders, her first, team fourth. 19-13 the score. 5:07 to play in the first half. Hershey bringing it up right side. Sellers top of the key. Over to Mann. Back to Hershey. Hershey left side almost took the corner triple. Now ball in her right hand. Crossing it over a couple times. Back to Sellers straight away.
Look for the skip, and if Macy Randall can flash across quick enough, she'll be wide open and maybe get a better look in the post than 2-on-1.
Hershey down the lane, right side off glass for two. She has 8. 21-13, 4:30 to play, half number 1. Here's Sanders, top of the key, handing it off to Cook, over to Lockhart. Lockhart looking to skip it to Sanders, but just gets it to Cook, top of the key. 2-3 zone for the Aces.
This is what's killing the Aces, and what they need to do against the 1-2-2 is throw a couple skip passes, make them widen out the zone. We're simply just passing the ball back and forth, trying to look for some sort of lane to throw the ball into Macy Randall or Maddie Stevens in the post. But that's not working for us right now.
Lawrenceville on the inbound after Stevens swatted it away. Here's Sanders skipping it to Lockhart. Almost lost it. Here's Cook. Ball in the right hand, top of the key, over to Sanders, right wing. Down low, right block, here's Breen, who turns it over. Hershey right side. Stepping back. Now in the short corner to Sellers, right wing, triple, short. Offensive rebound, Stevens, who puts it up. Her first field goal of this contest. She has 4. First 2 were from the charity stripe. Up now to a double-digit lead, 23-13.
And that's why these second chance points are so important. Mount Carmel not been able to get a lot of those second chance points that they thrive off of.
Sanders to Cook. Tried to get into the high post to Hughes, couldn't. Turnover. Here comes Hershey. Hershey for 2, left side, missed it. Offensive rebound, Mann. Hershey gets in the left short corner and hits the midi. She's now in double figures as well with 10.
I'm telling you, Riley, if she gets 10 of those, she'll make 9 of them. That short corner is where she loves to get.
Hughes got blocked. Never mind. A foul at the charity stripe. Head coach Matt McCarty not too thrilled as it will go against Macy Randall, his star pupil. That'll be her second.
Macy Randall might sit out the rest of the first half as they've got a 12-point lead. Why risk getting her third foul? Get another player off your bench and maybe try to go not truly a small ball look, but a little bit shorter and try to push the pace on these guys and not let them get in their set offense, set defense, which they've ran really well.
Well, Maddie Stevens will take the seat. Macy Randall will stay in. Maybe Knapp, the one that checked in. Hughes missing the first, makes the second. What do you think of that decision, Max?
I understand it, leaving her in because the offense is crazy stagnant when she's not in the game. They don't work the ball around as well. They don't score as many points when she's not in. That's a lot of the reason their second quarter slumps happen, Riley.
Sellers, left corner triple, rimming out, got halfway down the hoop before it decided to kick back out of the basket. Cook the other way for Lawrenceville. Here's Sanders. Sanders down low to Hughes. Hughes got blocked by Randall. That easily could have been called a foul.
Oh, yeah. Macy Randall just needs to be careful. You don't have to contest shots. You don't have to really do any of that. Just stand there with your arms straight up.
Randall, left block, basket, and the foul, and one for her. She has 13 total, 27-14. Aces really coming out strong here in this second quarter. We usually see the first quarter they come out strong. In the second quarter they tend to slump. But here it's been the exact opposite.
And that's what we were saying, Riley, is they just don't have Macy Randall in a lot in the second quarter, and she's been in most of the game, and she scored what is now 8 points so far in this quarter. So that's really big for the Aces of having her in this quarter.
On a couple of friendly bounces, she got the free throw to go in. She now game. Here's Cook to Brush. Right corner, freshly checked in for the Indians. Here's Sanders. Middle of the lane. Trying to go up against the tower, and Maddie Stevens couldn't. Got blocked. Stevens getting it to Hershey off the rebound. Hershey right wing to man. Right short corner. Pulls up in the mid-range. Didn't get it to fall. Ball on the floor. There's a fight for it. And it comes up the way of Lawrenceville. A timeout for head coach Carly Dreeman, our first Country Financial agent. T. Morgan, timeout of the contest. 28-14 the score. 1:42 to play in the first half. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Buy Low is Mount Carmel's local grocery destination, proudly serving the community with fresh products, friendly faces, and great deals every week. From our fresh deli and bakery to a wide variety of produce, fresh cut meat selections, and even an Ace Hardware, we've got everything you need, all close to home. Stay updated on all the savings at myiga.com or follow us on Facebook at Mount Carmel Buy Low for the latest specials. Shop local, save big at Buy Low, Mount Carmel's hometown store.
At the First National Bank, we're proud to be a part of this community, serving you with dedication and a smile.
Our team is here to support you, offering financial solutions to meet your needs.
Whether saving for your future, financing your dreams, or managing your everyday banking, we're here to help.
Thank you for choosing the First National Bank.
And as proud supporters of our local teams,
We wish you the best of luck this season.
The First National Bank, your local bank, supporting our local athletes. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Back here in Lawrenceville. Brush, left short corner, mid-range shot, airballed it right into the hands of Sanders, kicked out. Another offensive board for the Indians. 28-14 the score. 1:15 to play in the half. Mount Carmel in front. Here's Sanders into Cook. Back out to Brush, right corner. Brush trying to skip it, but it's right into the student section, so it'll go the way of Mount Carmel.
A lot of what Mount Carmel is having happen right now is I don't know how much of it is better offense or better defense or worse offense by this Indian squad, because they're simply not hitting shots. They're getting a lot of open looks, and they're just not making them, Riley.
Here's Knapp to Sellers. Left corner, didn't take the three. 48 seconds to play here in the half. The Aces might just wait here for the last shot. Hershey denying the ball screen from Stevens, going right. Kicking it left. Now to Sellers. Now to Knapp. Left wing. Her dribble in trouble. Now in the high post to Brain. Gets down low to the block and missed it high off the backboard and out of bounds.
And they're going to put Macy Randall in for the last shot. I love this decision by Coach McCarty to try to get that look, or that one last offensive look late in the quarter. It's just if there's anything on defense, she has to be careful and not pick up a foul in the last 20 seconds.
Head coach Matt McCarty will decide to draw something up. He'll take a Country Financial agent T. Morgan timeout of his own. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll be back in 30 seconds.
You need to be mindful that when you're out, maybe doing a little tree pruning or shaping, or kids climbing in the tree, building tree houses, whatever, look up, make sure there's no power lines in or near the area. And even after the storm or after a wind event or something like that, where a limb may be falling down or hanging in the tree, make sure to look and there's no utility lines near that. And if there is, call us. We'll come take care of it. We'll get that down. We'll get things cleared up.
Back here in Lawrenceville, the Lady Indians trail your Mount Carmel Golden Aces 28-14. Head coach Matt McCarty took a Country Financial agent T. Morgan timeout to draw up something specific that he wants here for the last shot, as there's just 17 and a half to play here in this first half.
And right here, I think he wants to get one last opportunity, as we just said, of drawing something up, getting his best players a look that they want. It's going to be some sort of action that's going to involve, I think, Riley Hershey and actually Maddie Stevens on this right side of the court that's going to try to get Macy Randall open on the left block.
Hershey over towards the left edge. Going towards the right. Here's man, right wing. Down low, Stevens. Stevens off the backboard, missed it. Offensive rebound, Randall, who got fouled on her way up. So with 4.7 here on the clock and a 28-14 lead on the Tim Phillips Jade Investment scoreboard, Macy Randall will go to the line for two.
And as soon as Macy Randall makes these 2 free throws, they're going to sub her out.
Misses the first short off the bottom of the front part of the rim. Just not enough legs. Maxie jinxed her.
I know I did. I'm putting my hand up and taking accountability.
She did make the second. She has 15 now. She will sub out for Carl Lewis, who is into the game for the first time. 4.7, that's enough for 4 dribbles and a shot. Giving it to Sanders, 3 seconds. Sanders passes in second line, 1 second. She does get it off, and she is fouled as the buzzer sounds. So she will have 2 shots at the free throw line with nobody around her. 29-14 the score as of now. Possibly a 29-16 game at halftime. We'll have to wait for these shots to fall. First one from Sanders is made. Sanders has 6. She is the lone three-pointer of the night for either side here tonight.
That'll be something we'll end up talking about a lot during our halftime show, Riley.
So it turns out she was fouled from behind the three-point line. So she will have 3 shots. She made that second one. And on the second attempt, missed it short. So we go into the break. 29-16 coming up. The Keeps Funeral Home halftime show. If you need to find them, they are located on 1500 North Cherry Street. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
I'm Mason Gross. I am a marketing business management major at Wabash Valley College. You'll learn a lot about the business industry as a whole, and that really helps you to explore your options as far as to what's out there. So I'm doing my internship at Summer Real Estate in Salem, Illinois. Right now I'm working on getting my license. I am hanging around the office, going to showings, and doing everything I can as a non-licensee to get myself ready for when I graduate and take that step as an agent.
My name is Parker Linson. I'm a second-level nursing student at Wabash Valley College. We were able to get hands-on experience with a mannequin that has real breath sounds, real, lung sounds, and can cough and, do different things. That makes it really unique to have that kind of experience right here on campus. And then we've done clinicals. Being able to go into those ICUs and emergency departments and be able to see those critical patients, it is a very good experience. Being able to be in that position and look back to where I come from, it's just awesome to be able to have that experience.
The beloved TV classic soars off the screen and onto the stage this season. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Jr. See all the characters from the TV classic come to life live on stage. This gleeful musical take on a holiday favorite will go down in history as a smashing hit. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Jr. 3 shows Friday through Sunday, December 13th through 15th at the Wabash Valley College Brubeck Theater in Mount Carmel. Tickets available now with the QR code on your screen or Wabash Valley Arts Council Facebook page.
Buy Low is Mount Carmel's local grocery destination, proudly serving the community with fresh products, friendly faces, and great deals every week. From our fresh deli and bakery to a wide variety of produce, fresh cut meat selections, and even an Ace Hardware, we've got everything you need, all close to home. Stay updated on all the savings at myiga.com or follow us on Facebook at Mount Carmel Buy Low for the latest specials. Shop local, save big at Buy Low, Mount Carmel's hometown store.
Back here in Lawrenceville for it seems like the millionth time so far this year, 29-16, the score in favor of the Mount Carmel Lady Aces. But Lawrenceville, whether it's Mount Carmel's lack of defense or Lawrenceville playing well, staying in this one fairly early.
Riley, I'm going to say right now it's like a defense. They haven't rotated well at all in the 2-3 so far. They've struggled on the defensive end, and we'll see right now if they can figure something out and fix something going forward. They pull themselves out of rotation so bad. I don't think it's more of anything they're doing wrong. It's they over hustle in a way because they're trying to guard every single shot, and then they give up an open mid-range or a backside layup. They do it on, I think, almost every possession that Lawrenceville's had. And just in that second half, Lawrenceville quit hitting. So I'd like to see Mount Carmel do something there. And then, of course, Mount Carmel's only had 3 players score tonight, Riley. That's never good in any way. And especially when those 3 scorers all work from 15 feet and in. So they're really just going to start packing the lane in until Mount Carmel makes them respect them on the defensive end. They're going to continue with this 1-2-2, doubling either big in the post, and then when you try to skip it, these guys are quick. That's what the one thing about them being so small that helps them is they're so quick getting back and getting to a position on the defensive end where they don't allow anything on the backside.
What are a couple of things that Mount Carmel can maybe tweak in the locker room that are quick, that can help them a little bit with this defensive effort? Again, you're not going to make wholesale changes in the locker room, but if you're head coach Matt McCarty, what are you saying to address the mistakes they've made on that side of the court?
I think the really simple fix is don't have the 2 guards really extended as far as they have been. They need to sink back down just a little bit so Macy Randall doesn't have to fly as far up in the defense, which is taking her out of rebounding, and it's taking her out of a lot of plays covering the mid-range because the 2 side defenders and the 2-3 are having to overcompensate for her being so far extended in the 2-3.
29-16 the score. Those 3 scorers, you could probably guess them for Mount Carmel: Riley Hershey, Maddie Stevens, and Macy Randall. Randall leading all scorers. She has 15. Hershey in double figures herself. She has 10. Maddie Stevens has 4. On the other side, Adeline Sanders has knocked in the only 3 in this game. She has 7. Mallory Lockhart has 2. And Gracie Hughes has 7 of her own. This is the Keeps Funeral Home halftime show. You need to find Keeps Funeral Home. They're located on 1500 North Cherry Street. 29-16 on the Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard. Mount Carmel in front. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hello, I'm Andrea Lull from Robinson, Illinois. For my first appointment, I knew I chose the right orthopedic center. The day his surgery went like planned, registration went smooth, pre-surgery, and the nurse made me feel very comfortable. I'm currently 3 months out of surgery. I don't even feel like I had a total hip replacement, but I am having a much better quality of life with my new hip. WGH, we're going home.
At the First National Bank, we're proud to be a part of this community, serving you with dedication and a smile.
Our team is here to support you, offering financial solutions to meet your needs.
Whether saving for your future, financing your dreams, or managing your everyday banking, we're here to help.
Thank you for choosing the First National Bank.
And as proud supporters of our local teams,
We wish you the best of luck this season.
The First National Bank, your local bank supporting our local athletes. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Get Black Friday deals at Steve Faulkner Automotive. New 2024 Ford Expedition up to $10,000 off, and lease a new 2024 Ford Escape as low as $347 a month. See them all at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. It's Black Friday sales all month at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new 2024 Dodge Hornet, now $12,000 off, and 2024 stylish Dodge Durango, now up to $12,000 off MSRP. Come in and get yours today.
The beloved TV classic soars off the screen and onto the stage this season. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Jr. See all the characters from the TV classic come to life live on stage. This gleeful musical take on a holiday favorite will go down in history as a smashing hit. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Jr. 3 shows Friday through Sunday, December 13th through 15th at the Wabash Valley College Brubeck Theater in Mount Carmel. Tickets available now with the QR code on your screen or Wabash Valley Arts Council Facebook page.
Back here at Lawrenceville, 29-16 the score. 3 minutes to go until the second half is underway. This is the Keeps Funeral Home halftime show. If you need to find them, they're located on 1500 North Cherry Street. I'm Riley Angel alongside Max Gerlach. Mount Carmel in front by 13, but they have not played very well so far here tonight.
No, this isn't a good look for the Aces right now as they're, again, struggling on the defensive end. We covered, I think, everything there is to cover about their struggles. And another one that I actually don't think we shed enough light on was their outside shooting. They're yet to hit a 3 tonight, and that's what makes or breaks if this Mount Carmel squad's going to win a majority of the games is can they make anything from the outside.
And for Lawrenceville, obviously, Mount Carmel hasn't played great, but Lawrenceville is staying in this one.
Yeah, it was a 3-point game after the first quarter, but Mount Carmel went on what was right around a 15-2 run before they fouled number 12 for Lawrenceville, and that's what really hurt them heading forward. So I think we're going to continue to see what happens in this game because simply Mount Carmel just isn't shooting well. They need to figure something out on the offensive end of the ball, and well, not really the offensive end of the ball, the defensive end of the ball. Sorry, Riley, because they're just getting themselves so far out of position. They're not rebounding well, and they've allowed more offensive rebounds to a team with nobody over 5'10" than they've allowed to anybody else so far in this year. So we'll continue to see what Mount Carmel can do. But Lawrenceville, the key to this second half for them is to get something rolling on the offensive end. This 1-2-2 is working so well against Mount Carmel. First thoughts of it, I didn't think it would work as well as it did, but it takes away everything that they want to get to, the blocks in the mid-range. If Mount Carmel can get a couple skips across the court, if Mount Carmel can work somebody in the middle of a zone, they're going to come back, but they are doing this. They're not skipping the ball. They're very stagnant. They're what my dad always says is a clogged toilet offense. It's what Kentucky always ran. It's either low post or no points. So Mount Carmel needs to knock down a couple mid-range shots, knock down a couple three-pointers, and get something going on the offensive end of the ball because they simply have not so far tonight.
And larger implications, this is the Lawrenceville Indians' first conference game this year. Mount Carmel already 1-0 after beating Marshall. The only other conference game here tonight is Robinson and Casey Westfield. Robinson comes into tonight to 0-1, and Casey Westfield has yet to play their first conference game either. Mount Carmel early on in the conference has dominated in the stats. Macy Randall leading the conference in points per game, Hershey in assists per game, as well as steals per game, and Macy Randall leading the league in blocks per game as well.
She's not leading in rebounds.
Nope. Casey Westfield, their leader in rebounds, leads the league. That is Lily Moore. She's averaging right at 10 a game.
That shouldn't surprise me because the amount of zone defense that they've ran this year, simply because it's so hard to rebound out of a zone. Every coach preaches that if you run the zone, you got to have good rebounders. And Mount Carmel does, but they're also having a pretty distributed rebounding group, and Macy Randall isn't pulling down, I think, every rebound because she simply doesn't have to.
Lawrenceville beginning the half with possession. They're going from left to right. Mount Carmel right to left. Cook to Lockhart. Lockhart left side, back to Cook on the left wing. Crossing over to her right. Getting down to the block. Kicking it out to Hughes. Now to Lockhart. Lockhart for three. Straight away, bottoms.
And again, Mount Carmel getting out of rotation, overextending, and allowing a wide open three.
But a quick pace from Mount Carmel on the other end. Hershey quickly getting down the right side, down low on the right block to Stevens, who got two easy ones. 31-19 the score. Cook to Hughes. Hughes right corner. Now right wing Lockhart. Down low to Breen in the right short corner. On the floor, jump ball called. It'll go the way of Mount Carmel.
There, Mount Carmel actually doing a solid job of rotating after they extend their guards all the way up the floor. So we'll see if they can continue to rotate a little bit better.
Pressure from Lawrenceville here. Hershey bringing it up. Hershey down low to Randall. Randall in the high post. Getting down to the left block, goes up, got fouled. She left two at the line.
And she's going to continue to steadily score some points for the Aces because she does such a great job at getting positioning and using her stature to get her a lot of points in the lane.
Keely Breen picks up her second personal foul. Randall knocks in the first free throw. She has 16. Randall on the second attempt from the nail. Knocks that home as well. 17 total. 31-21, 6:56 to play in the third quarter. Excuse me, it's 32-19. They put the score on the wrong end of the scoreboard. Down low is Breen, missed the layup. Rebound, Madeline Mann. Here comes Hershey. Hershey left side, now in the mid-range. Stops, pops, blocked. Rebound, Stevens, who put it up for 2. She has 8.
And again, Mount Carmel doing such a great job of getting in position. And Riley Hershey, even though she missed that, was able to have a teammate in just perfect positioning.
35-19, turnover created there by Evie Sellers, her first steal of the contest. 6:16 to play. Down low, right block, Stevens. Got blocked on her way up. Offensive rebound on the left side by Randall. Kicks it out to Hershey, right short corner. Nothing but nylon. She has 12.
And we talked about it earlier, she's never going to miss one of those short corner jump shots.
5:57 to play, third quarter, 37-19. Mount Carmel in front. Here's Breen, right side to Hughes, left short corner. She knocks down a mid-range jumper of her own.
Riley, I'm not really sure if Mount Carmel's in a man-to-man anymore. A zone anymore. It's looking a little bit like man-to-man.
37-21, 6-point lead for the Aces. 5:34 to play in the third quarter. Man top of the key. Directing traffic, getting it to Hershey, right side. Here's Sellers, right wing. Looking down low to Stevens, back to Hershey. Man, straight away, thought about the triple, didn't take it. Back to Sellers. Hershey, left short corner, mid-range jumper. A rare miss for an open look from that range. It was tipped out by Cook on the attempt of a rebound. Probably should have just let that one go.
Maddie Stevens needs to flash with authority there. When she flashes to that high post, she just doesn't do it with authority and, doesn't give herself a look to get the ball.
Macy Randall, a nice power dribble on the inbound, got it up and through. She has 19. 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 39-21 the score.
Yeah, they're in a zone, or they're in a man-to-man right now, Riley.
Cook, top of the key, almost banked it in, gets her own miss. Adeline Sanders missing the right short corner jumper. Man to Hershey. Hershey down low to Randall. Randall left side, and she is money right there. 21 points for her here. Only in the third quarter, 41-21, up to a 20-point lead now for Mount Carmel. Lockhart takes a jumper straight away, knocks it home. Second three of the quarter, she has 8 total.
Got to close out on her, Riley. She's going to single-handedly take these guys out of a man-to-man or even a zone just because she's shooting well.
41-24, Hershey mid-range jumper, missed it, back iron. Rebound for Lawrenceville, falls in the hands of Cook. Cook left edge, now to the left wing. Left corner, here's Lockhart, guarded by Stevens. Nice bounce pass to Cook, who lost it. Picked up by Mann, up to Hershey. Hershey in the mid-range. Euro step, got blocked, never mind. Foul on Lockhart. So that'll send Hershey to the line for 2.
Can't come down with the hand, Riley. She closes down with her arm, and, even if you do get all ball, they're going to call it because they see your hand go down.
41-24, the lead for Mount Carmel. 3:39 to play here. Hershey misses the first. Lockhart picked up her first foul of the contest. Brush will check in for Lawrenceville. Checks in for Gracie Hughes.
And they're going to go a little bit smaller again, Riley, and try to push the pace on Mount Carmel.
Hershey on the second attempt from the charity stripe. Missed short. Rebound Sellers. Sellers right side. Maybe got fouled from behind. No call. And it's off of Sellers on the baseline, so it'll go the way of Lawrenceville.
She had a chance for her own offensive rebound there, Riley, but I don't think she knew who touched it last.
Cook to Lockhart, left side. Handing it off to Sanders. Sanders skipping it to Brush. Right elbow extended to Cook. Top of the key. Directing traffic. Dribble handoff offense here. Here's Sanders, right wing triple, nowhere close. Rebound Randall. Here comes Hershey, middle of the lane, down low, splitting the double, foul, and the basket. Traditional three-point play coming up, hopefully, 43-24, the lead for Mount Carmel.
Here we're going to see if Mount Carmel can use that momentum. They're outscoring them so far in this half, but it continues to just be the big three for the Aces. So they need to get somebody else rolling heading into, again, a tough part of their schedule.
Hershey went 0 for 2 from the line in her first trip here in this half. Third attempt of the contest. That one rims out. Offensive rebound, never mind. Tipped out by Stevens. To go the way of Lawrenceville. So Hershey, who really is money from that spot in a mid-range pull-up situation, has missed 3 straight free ones.
And I think that's just getting in her own head. She missed two or three jump shots straight, and now she's probably not going to shoot as well as she wants to.
Turnover created by the Aces. Evie Knapp walked.
Right there, Coach McCarty just telling her, you got to dribble. She was looking for the outlet too quick. I think if she took 2 dribbles there, waited a second, got that outlet, it was going to be wide open.
Here's Lockhart. Left edge now going to the right side. Getting down to the right block. Kicking it to Hughes. Hughes back out to Lockhart. Lockhart walks before she gets the pass off.
Established the pivot foot, picked it up. That's just a tough one, and good defense there by the Aces.
Man bringing it up. Man to Hershey. Hershey, right corner triple, missed it. Rebound falls in the hands of Brush for Lawrenceville. Cook, left edge, getting all the way down to the left short corner. Bounce pass to Brush, it's in the backcourt, and that's going to be an over and back against Lawrenceville. Unforced turnover there. 43-24 the score.
I wouldn't even call it unforced, Riley. Good job there of trapping as soon as they see her pick up her dribble. So I think if Mount Carmel continues to do that and just work hard on defensive end, it's going to be a lot of trouble for these Indians.
Man, top of the key, directing traffic as she has done the majority of this third quarter. Here's Knapp back to man. Looking on the right side to Hershey. Hershey in the corner. Giving it back up top. Back to Hershey. Right corner, down low, right block. Stevens got blocked on her way up. Rebound Hughes. Hughes, long bounce pass and a lazy one right into the hands of Madeline Mann. Mann going up. 4-2, missed. Rebound falls in the hands of Adeline Sanders. Sanders will bring it up. Down low to Brush. Brush, bounce pass right into the hands of Maddie Stevens.
Doing a good job of just filling the passing lane there. Getting back on defense and getting herself in a spot where she can intercept that pass.
Hershey, pull up, fall away jumper is good from the right short corner. Almost creates a turnover there on the inbound, but Sanders recovers. Sanders to Brush. Now to Cook. Cook, Hughes, Sanders. 45-24, 1:11 to play here in the third quarter. Brush takes a left short corner jumper, missed it off the back iron. Rebound Olivia Peach. Peach up the right edge, giving it to Hershey. Hershey down low, right block, now right short corner, kicking it out to Peach. Peach right wing to man, top of the key, slowing it up. 55 seconds to play. Down low, Maddie Stevens missed the layup underneath. Here comes Cook to Hughes. Hughes driving baseline, turning around in the right short corner, skipping it to Brush. Brush just outside of the left block, gets a short jumper to fall. Her first 2 of the night.
Wide open, and Mount Carmel not getting back, take themselves out of position, out of rotation, and giving up an open mid-range shot.
Hershey got fouled in the mid-range as she went up. 2 defenders converged onto her and just went up through the contact to get herself 2 free looks. 30.2 on the clock, 45-26 here in the third quarter. Mount Carmel in front on the Tim Phillips of Jade Investments scoreboard. Riley Hershey is 0 for 3 from the line thus far. And the first attempt is good. She's at 17 now. Her and Macy Randall have really been the majority of this.
They're all but 8 points. They're all but 8 points, Riley. So if you take them away and even Maddie Stevens, which they've done, it makes it such a close game.
Hershey on the second attempt is good. 2 for 2 on that trip. Still only 3 scores in the book for Mount Carmel. That's the big 3. Cook, top of the key. Directing traffic for Lawrenceville. Over to Lockhart. Lockhart, Hughes, straight away. To Sanders. Sanders left short corner. Pulls up and missed it. 10 seconds now for the Aces. Up to Hershey. Hershey couldn't quite reach it. A long pass from Randall. And that'll give the Lawrenceville Indians a free shot here with 6.7 on the clock.
Mount Carmel almost is just serving as their own worst enemy here, Riley.
Lockhart on the inbound. Looking for Cook, but getting it to Hughes in the front court. Hughes driving, getting it to Brush, 4 seconds. Now to Cook, 2 seconds. Cook needs to get something off and does miss the layup at the buzzer. A little too strong off the backboard. We'll go into the final 8 minutes. 21-point lead for Mount Carmel, 47-26. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Get Black Friday deals at Steve Faulkner Automotive. New 2024 Ford Expedition up to $10,000 off. And lease a new 2024 Ford Escape as low as $347 a month. See them all at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. It's Black Friday sales all month at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new 2024 Dodge Hornet, now $12,000 off. And 2024 stylish Dodge Durango, now up to $12,000 off MSRP. Come in and get yours today.
You need to be mindful that when you're out, maybe doing a little tree pruning or shaping or kids climbing in the tree, building tree houses, whatever, look up, make sure there's no power lines in or near the area. And even after the storm or after a wind event or something like that where a limb may be falling down or hanging in the tree, make sure to look and there's no utility lines near that. And if there is, call us. We'll come take care of it. We'll get that down. We'll get things cleared up.
Back here in Lawrenceville, 47-26, 21-point lead for the Aces here against the Indians. Stella Woodcock will begin this quarter into the ball game, her first action here today. Maddie Stevens will take the break.
And Riley, I tell you what, it does not feel like Mount Carmel has a 21-point lead right now because they simply shouldn't have. They give up a lot of open shots, and Lawrenceville just cannot capitalize on it.
Cook will direct traffic to begin here in the fourth. Giving it to Lockhart, left side. Lockhart looking to the flashing Sanders. Sanders, right short corner, nice bounce pass down low, but Breen missed the bunny. Ball on the floor. Hershey picks it up. Hershey past the 10-second line, going down middle of the lane. All the way up off glass, the basket, and the foul. Another and one for Riley Hershey. She's now in the 20-point club with Macy Randall.
You know, if they stop either Riley Hershey or Macy Randall, hold them to even sub-15 points, it's a huge difference in the ball game. They're beating them, Macy Randall and Riley Hershey alone right now. It'd be 41-27.
Hershey and Randall both have 21 points.
42, I'm sorry.
Hey, math isn't my strongest suit.
I know my dad's watching. I'm sorry, Dad.
Lockhart down low, got an easy layup to fall on a nice pass from the opposite side. Lockhart now in double figures, the only Lawrenceville player with that. She has 10. Hershey down low, floated up from the charity stripe, missed it. Offensive rebound, Madeline Mann missed the second chance opportunity. Here comes Adeline Sanders. Sanders to Brush. Brush out to Cook. Cook, left wing triple. Almost banked it in. Rebound, Riley Hershey. Hershey, left side. Inside to Randall. Off the left block for two. She has 23 points, 52-28.
And Riley, if you stop those two, as we say again, that 1-2 punch of Riley Hershey and Macy Randall, you're going to be in a lot better shape than the Indians are in right now.
Lockhart launches a triple straightaway bottoms. Her third of the evening. She has 13 total.
Fly out. Run her off the three-point line. Don't give her any sort of looks from the three-point line.
Here's Knapp. Knapp looking to Hershey. Hershey in the left short corner. Missed the jumper. You know, for having 21 points, Hershey has kind of struggled from the field tonight. Lockhart down low, tipped away by Hershey, but that impregnable defense is what Hershey comes back with after a miss. Group substitution here. Country Financial Agent Tia Morgan timeout. A 30-second one will stay here. 52-31 the score, 5:51 to play. Mallory Lockhart leading Lawrenceville. She has 3 3-pointers. Adeline Sanders has 1. Mount Carmel, though, with nothing from beyond the arc.
Yeah, they're just not shooting well. They're actually not even looking for that three-point shot. It is simply, can Riley Hershey get to the mid-range, or can Macy Randall get a look in the post? That is all the offense has been tonight, Riley, and I don't see that offense changing for the rest of the night.
So the new group in for Mount Carmel is Maddie Stevens, Stella Woodcock, Carl Lewis, Evie Sellers, and Olivia Peach.
And maybe we'll see our first scorer out of the Big Three tonight, Riley. I don't know if you are, but I'm rooting for it a little bit.
5:48 to play here in the fourth quarter. 52-31 is the lead. Sellers to Woodcock. To Randall. Randall down low in the post off. Glass rolls it in. She's in double figures now as well. She has 10. Comes Cook. Cook in the right corner up to Lockhart. Right elbow extended. Back to Cook straight away. Directing traffic. See what she finds. Getting a ball screen from Sanders, crossing over and denying it. Nice bounce pass down to Brush. Brush back out to Cook. Cook to Sanders straight away. Sanders stepping back, giving it to Lockhart. Lockhart baseline drive down to the right block. Nice bounce pass inside to Breen, who gets her first 2 of the evening. 54-33. Up to Peach. Peach baseline drive. Short corner jumper from the right side. Missed it short. Rebound falls in the hands of a bunch of different players. It's a jump ball. It'll stay here with the black jerseys in Mount Carmel. Checking in, Gracie Hughes for Keely Breen. Sellers on the inbound. Finds Woodcock. Woodcock to Peach to Sellers. Sellers down low. Stevens up off right glass and good. She has 12.
And offense is going to run through her this fourth quarter until Riley Hershey or Macy Randall subs back in.
56-33, 4:30 to play in the fourth quarter. Here's Brush. To Hughes, mid-range jumper away short. Rebound Woodcock. Woodcock coming up the right edge. Right elbow extended, stepping back and looking to Sellers the opposite way, gets it to her on the left side. Down low, Peach. Peach, right side, got blocked off the block. Here's Sanders. Sanders to Cook. 3:55 to play, fourth quarter. Cook, guarded by Evie Sellers, gets it to Sanders. Sanders baseline drive on the left side. Floater up, got fouled. She'll have 2 shots. Looking to come into the ball game, it looks like it's Maddie Riggs and Hazel Ernest, as well as now Evie Knapp.
And Mount Carmel is getting in some of their subs right now to just simply maybe see if somebody else can score outside the Big Three, I'm guessing. And it's also, they're up 22 points now, so get the subs in for the last 3 minutes and try to just work the ball around and not risk any sort of injury heading into a big game.
Sub in for Lawrenceville, not on their varsity roster, number 32 for the Indians. Sanders up and missing that one. Offensive rebound for 32. Never mind, it's a jump ball. Her against Riggs. It'll stay here.
Got to box out on the free throw line. It's something that gets preached to so much, but, you know, we struggled with it right there.
And 1 for Adeline Sanders.
She gets herself into double figures. She's now got 10.
See if she can get 11. Foul is against Evie Knapp, her first. 56-36. Sanders knocks it home. Sanders has been one of the bright spots here for Lawrenceville, along with Mallory Lockhart. Ernest down low to Lewis. Lewis on the baseline to Knapp. Knapp up to Woodcock straight away. 3:30 to play in regulation. Lewis looking down low. Nice pass inside to Ernest. Getting her own rebound off the miss. Never mind.
That's Zoe Randall, Riley. It's hard to see from all the way up here, but
yeah,
it looks like Zoe Randall, and she drove a lot like Zoe Randall does.
23, not 13. There we go. 56-37. Sanders at the charity stripe, getting down low. Floats one up and in.
she's having herself a good fourth quarter, and, you know, if we're not careful, she might will them back.
Lewis, mid-range jumper, missed it short. 56-39, here comes Sanders. Sanders to Lockhart, Lockhart to Hughes. Hughes, mid-range jumper, missed it long. Rebound Woodcock, there's a fight for it, but she will bring it up. Down low, off of the hands of Lockhart and turned over. 56-39, just a 17-point game here with 2:30 to play. Lawrenceville with their starters still in, trying to will their way back. Mount Carmel does not have their starters in. They have pretty much a full set of subs. Woodcock, left corner, triple bottoms.
Riley, do you know what that means?
Means we have someone outside of the big three scoring.
Yes, we've officially got 4 scores.
And the first 3 of the night for Mount Carmel as well. Lockhart to Sanders. Sanders floats one up the right short corner this time. Missed it short. Rebound Woodcock. 58-39, back to a 19-point lead. Here's Randall. Randall down low, got blocked. Never mind, got fouled. She'll have her 2 shots at the line. At the score table now is Hazel Ernest, along with Leia Lewis.
And we'll get a full JV look here. So this is, I'm pretty sure, our JV starters from what I've seen so far this year.
Randall missing the first. Randall on the second attempt. They'll bring the subs in. It's taking a while to get to the second attempt by Leia Lewis and Hazel Ernest into the ballgame. Randall will once again take the shot. The free throw line, her second attempt. Missed the first, and on the second, missed it off backboard, but Leia Lewis offensive rebound and a score, her first 2.
Now got 5, Riley. Looking a little more diverse in the scorebook, but it really wasn't.
60-39, the score, 21-point lead for Mount Carmel. Hughes with it. Hughes right short corner. Down low, Cook. Cook in the lane, kicking it. Left, short corner jumper, no good. Off of Mount Carmel, it'll stay here with Lawrenceville. .134 to play here in regulation.
And here, Mount Carmel just needs to run some sort of motion offense when they get to the other side. I would say no shots, just work the ball around and run the clock out, Riley. There's no point in taking anything extra, risking them coming down and making it look like it was a closer game than it was towards the end.
Zoe Randall picking up her first foul, trying to gamble for a steal. The inbound number 4 for Lawrenceville, another one not on their varsity squad listed. Another short corner jumper is missed. Randall with the rebound. Here comes Woodcock down low to Ernest. Ernest up, got blocked. Offensive rebound for Maddie Riggs, who gets 2 of her own. 62-39, 1:10 to play here in regulation.
And I guess if it's that easy, Riley, you might as well do that.
Lockhart, top of the key. 4 takes a long 2 and off the backboard into the hands of Woodcock. Down the right edge, down low now to Ernest. Ernest off 2 feet, up and good off the left side. Hazel Ernest now has 2. Coming back in, Addie Brush. She comes in for Gracie Hughes. 64-39, 47.6. How about that? Now 7 scores for Mount Carmel.
Yeah, this will be their highest scoring quarter of the game.
Here's Cook in the mid-range. Bounce past to Brush, up to Lockhart. Back to Cook. Right wing, 27 seconds to play in regulation. Lawrenceville just working it around here, seeing what they can get. A push. It's going to be under out of bounds. Looks like it's going to go against Stella Woodcock. It is. Her first foul of the contest, and probably going to end up being her only foul of the contest. 21.3 to go in regulation, 64-39. Mount Carmel in front. Mount Carmel well on their way to an 8-1 start of the season. Ball on the floor, picked up by Ernest. Mount Carmel wanting to slow it up here, and they will just dribble the rest of this one out. So Mount Carmel will improve to 8-1 here. Lawrenceville losing their 4th game out of 5 games, falling now to 3-6 on the season. They are now 0-1 in conference play. Mount Carmel 2-0 in conference. Macy Randall, Riley Hershey both finishing with over 20 points in this contest. Hershey with 21, Randall with 23. 64-39 the final on the Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard. Coming up in the postgame, we'll talk about the scoring summary, and we'll talk to head coach Matt McCarty. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Buy Low is Mount Carmel's local grocery destination, proudly serving the community with fresh products, friendly faces, and great deals.
At the First National Bank, we're proud to be a part of this community, serving you with dedication and a smile.
Our team is here to support you, offering financial solutions to meet your needs.
Whether saving for your future, financing your dreams, or managing your everyday banking, we're here to help.
Thank you for choosing the First National Bank.
And as proud supporters of our local teams,
We wish you the best of luck this season.
The First National Bank, your local bank, supporting our local athletes. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You need to be mindful that when you're out, maybe doing a little tree pruning or shaping, or kids climbing in the tree, building tree houses, whatever, look up, make sure there's no power lines in or near the area. And even after the storm or after a wind event or something like that, where a limb may be falling down or hanging in the tree, make sure to look and there's no utility lines near that. And if there is, call us. We'll come take care of it. We'll get that down. We'll get things cleared up.
Get Black Friday deals at Steve Faulkner Automotive. New 2024 Ford Expedition up to $10,000 off, and lease a new 2024 Ford Escape as low as $347 a month. See them all at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. It's Black Friday sales all month at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new 2024 Dodge Hornet, now $12,000 off, and 2024 stylish Dodge Durango, now up to $12,000 off MSRP. Come in and get yours today.
Hello, I'm Andrea Lull from Robinson, Illinois. For my first appointment, I knew I chose the right orthopedic center. The day of surgery went like planned, registration went smooth, pre-surgery, and the nurse made me feel very comfortable. I'm currently 3 months out of surgery. I don't even feel like I had a total hip replacement, but I am having a much better.
Back here in Lawrenceville with a final 64-39 in favor of your Mount Carmel Golden Aces. They come off that loss against Mount Vernon this weekend and get a nice win here against Lawrenceville. They improve to 8-1. Lawrenceville falling to 3-6 after winning at the end of last week against Red Hill. They have lost now 4 of their last 5, but overall, for Lawrenceville, we'll talk about them first. They had a fairly nice effort tonight.
Yeah, they played pretty solid in that first quarter, and I think that's what made it look so much closer and feel so much closer than it was. And they only really lost the second half by 11 points. So for as good of a team as Mount Carmel is, you cannot have that. They've got to fix something on the defensive end heading forward in the year, Riley. They continue to take themselves so far out of position. They continue to just give up easy shots. And Lawrenceville was hitting in that first quarter. They didn't hit so well in the second. Mount Carmel built up a 13-point lead. And Lawrenceville's efforts, as well as they did play, they couldn't guard Mount Carmel because Mount Carmel figured something out against the 1-2-2, and here we are. It's actually a 23-point ball game when it didn't feel like it, and it shouldn't have been because Mount Carmel didn't play their best.
With Lawrenceville, we'll start with their scores. Adeline Sanders had 13. Mallory Lockhart had 13. Gracie Hughes had 9. Keely Breen had 2, and Addie Brush had it 2 as well. For Mount Carmel, a pair of 20-point scorers. Macy Randall had 23. Riley Hershey had 21. Stella Woodcock had 3. Maddie Stevens had 12. Leah Lewis had 2. Hazel Ernest had 2. Maddie Riggs had 2. Again, the final 64-39 here on the Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard. And we've said this multiple times this year, Max, where, we come to the end of these games and they win by a large margin, but it just doesn't feel like they're playing up to their potential.
No, they're playing down to the team they're playing a lot right now, Riley, and that's something that they're going to struggle with and they're going to have to move away from heading forward in the season. And when you only have 3 people score outside of the fourth quarter when both teams really put their second unit in, you got to fix something. That's going to just completely kill the Aces, because if one of those 3 players has an off night, sort of like Maddie Stevens did, where she still scored 12 simply for the fact of she's about 6 foot, 6'1" range, playing a team that doesn't have anybody over 5'10". So here, Mount Carmel's got to do something on the offensive end that's going to get other people involved. And that also helps that number 31 for him, Evie Sellers, she just didn't knock down any threes. She's been scoring about 6 for him just off 2 threes alone. So we'll see what Mount Carmel's going to do heading forward on the offensive end of the ball, and to change some stuff and to make it where they're not having such a stagnant of an offense when Macy Randall or Maddie Stevens and especially Riley Hershey isn't in the game.
Looking forward this week to Thursday, obviously a huge matchup here in this area between Mount Carmel, Edwards County, 2 squads that are expected to do big things in the regular season, big things in the postseason. So and you from Edwards County guy, it just can't be overstated how big of a game this Thursday is.
Yeah, this means a lot to Edwards County fans, and especially the players and coaches on that team. We lost to them 3 times last year. Every one of those times, I think it was within a 10 to 12-point game. So this is important for Edwards County, and especially it's going to be important for Mount Carmel. Edwards County's won 2 straight regional championships. They've lost 2 years straight in the sectional championship. And one of those years, they lost to Christopher, who has a girl that some of you guys might have heard of, Amaya Hargrove, who is at Nebraska right now. So this is going to be huge for either squad. Mount Carmel wants to get rid of that 0 by Edwards County's name, and Edwards County doesn't want to lose that 0. So it's going to be something big and something to continue building on for Edwards County, and especially Mount Carmel. Because, again, I don't think they should have lost that Mount Vernon squad. As we said, they were 2 for 10, and something big for Mount Carmel is going to be taking away that 0 against a really solid program.
Again, the final here, 64-39 in favor of your Mount Carmel Golden Aces. Now joined by head coach Matt McCarty. Coach, seems like the theme of this year, you guys win by a large margin, but still doesn't quite feel like this team is living up to their potential.
No, we're not yet. And that's the big thing that we talked about in the locker room. Like, scoring points is never going to be our problem. It's can we stop people? And we've got to figure out our identity on defense, and whether it's going to be man-to-man or if it's going to be zone, we need to figure something out, because we're getting close to Christmas, and we should be starting to really put things together, and we just haven't yet on defense.
Again, tonight only hit 1 3 here today. Riley Hershey did it in the mid-range well. She had 21. Randall had 23. How important is it in the future of the season to be able to have different players be able to step up and hit those outside shots to give Hershey and Randall some room?
I mean, it's super important to spread out the floor. You know, Lawrenceville scouted us very well. They know we like to get to our bigs, and they doubled down and tripled down at times, and you know, we didn't make them pay from the outside, and that's why I told the girls, like, we're going to have poor shooting nights sometimes, but we've still got to figure out ways that we can score, and the best way to score is to get stops with our defense, to get out in transition, and in the first half we didn't do a great job of that, but we did a little bit better job in the second half.
Coming up this Thursday, big matchup against Edwards County. Just talk me through that matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be any walk in the park. You know, Jonathan's got a really good team over there. They're probably one of the better teams in 1A around the area. Nessmeyer, Bishop, McCarty are, you know, they're kind of big that stick out. Alice Robb is a pretty good little guard, and I can't think of the other guard's name off the top of my head, but they've all been playing well. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're still undefeated on the season. So I mean, it's going to be a tough game, and we're going to have to defend, because they're one team that actually has a little bit of size that can match up to ours, and you know, Nussmeyer gets to the basket well. Bishop finishes underneath well. McCarty is a big X factor for him, so it's going to be a really, really good game.
Okay, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. Have a safe trip home.
Thank you, guys.
Head coach Matt McCarty there again. The final here, 64-39. Mount Carmel improving to 8-1 here on the season. Lawrenceville falling to 3-6. So, for the entire 100.5 WSJD crew, for those here running the stream for us, and for Max Sherlock, I'm Riley Angel, and as always, have a good night. Thank you, YouTube.